Hey guys, what's up, what's happening? You got the King of Games 98 here at your service. And I had some pickups recently from yard sales and a small business video game store. And while it's not crazy, expensive, rare stuff, I still wanted to show it. I haven't done a pickups video in 2 months, so I figured, what the heck. So without further ado, this is going to be my Blue Ball, Pennsylvania pickups video. So first and foremost is this, and I'm gonna show you guys everything I got in the order that I got them in. So starting it off, we have the 1966 Adam West Batman soundtrack on cassette tape. I am a huge Batman fan, for those of you who don't know. And while Adam West's 1966 Batman TV show and the movie are very cheesy, I still find it hysterical, and I love and respect it for what it was. Now, I don't have a cassette player in my truck, and I don't have really a cassette player, period, even to play this while I'm at home. But you know what? I figured this is so gosh darn cool, and I've never seen it before, that for $2, I had to pick it up. I had to pick it up. Even my girlfriend said I had to pick it up. So for $2, what the heck, you know? Even you know, it may not even work, okay? You know, whoops. It may not even work for all I know. But for $2, I think it was worth it. I've never seen it before. So let me know in the comments if you have, or remember having this for that matter. Okay, next pickups. So these two games were bought off of the same family who was selling them at their yard sale out front of their house. Now, unfortunately, I already own Diddy Kong Racing DS. I don't know why. I thought I didn't, and I didn't bother to check my Game Eye Tracker app, because if I would have, that would have told me you already own the game and you happen to own it loose cartridge only too. So unfortunately, that was a mistake buy. And then I see this complete in box Game Boy Advance game, and it's Spy Hunter and Super Sprint. Now, Spy Hunter I've at least heard of. That was a famous Midway arcade game back in the 80s and 90s. Super Sprint I never heard of, and I paid the $8 for it. And unfortunately, it is only about a $10 game complete in box. So I got screwed on that, but you know what? That's no one's fault but my own. So I will have to worry about reselling them, not you guys. Although, to be honest with you guys, I don't think I should have a hard time selling Diddy Kong Racing DS, because that's a very fun racing game. Although the two arcade games and one Game Boy Advance game, I might have a little bit of a hard time with that. I don't know. We shall see, you know. Okay, got some Star Wars action figures. Now, gotta be honest with you guys, the 90s Hasbro line of Star Wars, I believe they were called Power of the Force figures, I do not normally buy, and I do not collect them. However, I made this exception because they are under the Expanded Universe name, and because these two action figures are the characters that they are, I had to have them. I had to have them. We got friggin' Mara Jade from Heir to the Empire, and freaking Grand Admiral Thrawn, also from Heir to the Empire. And as you can see, they are 3.75-inch figures, and as you can also see, they are brand new, still sealed on card. Apparently, they are part of Collection 2 from, I guess, Expanded Universe. Okay. Off the top of my head, I didn't know if these figures were worth anything, so I did a quick eBay search, and upon looking at recent sold listings, these are about $20 to $25 a piece, each figure. So when the guy said $10 a piece, I was like, yep, that's a no-brainer buy, especially since I really like these expanded universe specific characters. Well, I probably like Thrawn a little bit more than Mara Jade, but either way, they're both very freaking cool, and they come with 3D backdrops, and I didn't know Hasbro ever did that, but it's really damn cool. And I don't know why, this one's got some Velcro stuck to it that I'm going to attempt to get off without hopefully damaging it. Probably going to take a hairdryer to it. Okay, and then we got a little plush of Figrin Deanne, who was $5. So in total, I spent $25 on these 3 items off of a toy dealer. And he is an older gentleman and happened to be a vet. I forget what specific vet he was, but I really liked the dude, and I've actually bought off him before, so I had no problem even giving him the $25. I didn't argue with that. Okay, some more video games. Now, I'm gonna cover up here. These games came from the store Collector's Edition. They are located at 10 South Railroad Ave in New Holland, Pennsylvania. The owner of the store, his name is Isaac. Super cool dude. His staff is super nice and very friendly. And I just can't say enough good things about his store. I've been going to his store at least a year or so now, and I love it. So huge shout out to them. And these are the 3 games we got. Now, nothing super rare or super valuable, but it was stuff that I liked and it appealed to me, okay? So, starting off with Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on Game Boy Color. That was $34.99, and unfortunately, it is missing its instruction manual, but that's okay. That can always be found. For those of you who don't know, this specific Harry Potter game was the last Game Boy Color game ever produced before the Game Boy Advance came out. So this was the last Game Boy Color game made in its life cycle. Pretty crazy to think about. And it was made by EA, and it's actually an RPG game, and it's really good. Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie, that is a mouthful. We're just going to say Peter Jackson's King Kong, the game. Made by Ubisoft, of all companies. And this is the PSP version, which actually looks and plays pretty well. I paid $15 for this, and this is complete in box. Now, why did I want Peter Jackson's King Kong, the game? Well, I happen to own it on PS2, and it's really cool, and it's pretty fun. And I do already own it on PSP, but my copy is loose disc only. So this was to upgrade my loose copy, and then I'm going to resell my loose copy. And then last but not least, we have Batman Begins, the video game, on original Xbox. I did pay $15.99 for it, and it is complete in box, and it is very clean, as you guys can tell. And great movie, great video game too. Now, why did I want that game, you're probably asking, because it's pretty random, let's be honest. So, I already own Batman Begins on the PlayStation 2, and I've actually played a little bit of that game. It's super fun, highly recommend. However, on the original Xbox, I own a Mad Catz branded Batman Begins wired controller. And because I own that wired controller, I thought it would be cool to also own the game on the same console that I own that controller for. You know, game and controller combo, if you will. I don't know. It made sense to me, so yeah. So in total, all 3 of these came to $69.93. I didn't think that was bad at all, and I left very happy. And last but not least, I gotta tell you guys, I don't normally buy VHS tapes. However, I make an exception if it's for something I've never seen before. And that's where this exception was made. So, me, my dad, and my girlfriend went into this thrift store that we have never been in before. I believe it's a fairly new thrift store. And their entire movie section, whether it was VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, they were all $1 a piece, which I love that. I love that, you know? And when I found these two, I was like, whoa, I got to get these. I got to get these. And I don't know if these are valuable at all. I didn't really buy them to resell per se. I bought them for myself to keep in my personal collection. So we have Disney Classics, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, which is animated. And I don't know if it stars anyone famous per se, but I love Washington Irving's classic story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. So that was a no-brainer buy. Plus, October is coming up very soon. So then we have The Young Adventures of Indiana Jones, Chapter 6, Spring Break Adventure. This was a very odd, obscure 90s live-action TV show that I never see physical media of. I own a VHS tape of this show, but it's a different chapter. And I instantly knew that I don't own this one because the cover art is different than the one I own. So for $1 a piece, I was like, yes, these are both worth it. You're both coming home with me and into my collection. And without further ado, guys, that is going to be all of my Blue Ball, Pennsylvania yard sale pickups from their, what do they call it, like mile long yard sales, something like that. They have it twice a year. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know down below in the comments section, what was your favorite singular item that I picked up? Take care.